Ahoy! Captain Benzie here, coming at you with an acting on instinct video. I do apologise for my voice and the brevity of this video. I'm currently feeling like someone ran over my head with a Mammoth Tank right now, but I still wanted to get this video out for all of you as something to help with Champions. Yes, this weekend is Rivals Champions again, and once again we do have a new map. So I sat down with about half of Terminus and the Tiberium Shores community to collate some thoughts on this map and how it changes the Champions meta. Now the Dust Bowl you see on screen now is 3 lanes, and I'll be analysing this as if you're on the left. Flip my directions if you're on the right, of course. As ever, the first thing to note is the placement of the Tiberium fields. On this map you have a field to the side and a field to the south. The south field is closest and is your harvester's natural first destination. If you're running a single harvester deck, I might recommend pushing it to the side field instead, just as it's a little more protected. That said, the south field is close enough to your base to easily reinforce, and it's easy enough to defend if you're holding the middle pad. With all of these obstructions on the map, rushing is a fool's game here anyway. But if your opponent gets hold of that middle pad, aggression to your south field is relatively simple. In other words, hold the pad or have your harvester elsewhere. Speaking of pads, these are all 4-tile pads, which, as I've discussed before, are tough to hold and easy to contest. Timely contests of pads are what will cause the nukes to launch here, as grabbing and holding your own pad is easy, but the choke points make it hard to push forward. Well, unless you're using air, and I would really recommend running some kind of air unit here to contest those pads. And also, because the 2-range meta continues. Sigh. This tile here is an ideal spot for something like MLRS or Giga Cannons, as they can cover both your own pad and the middle pad, and they're well defended. You'll need air to shift one of these if your opponent gets it dug in on their side. MG squads will also have that same kind of effect, however Strong Arm's turret can be pulled up right next to them, so it's not quite as safe for MGs. So air works nicely on this, but what about tech? Well, if you're intending to go double harvester, for once I would actually let the harvesters go to separate fields. The side field is safe enough for the most part, and you're going to be holding the middle pad, which should help you deal with any aggression there. If you don't split the harvesters, you're going to quickly empty one of these fields, and it's a long way to the other side, meaning a long downtime on your economy halfway through the match. Just be careful not to let your opponent push too hard onto your own pad, or it will open up that side field. Juggernauts as a tech unit are scary on this map, and as a freshly built Juggernaut can cover almost the entirety of your pad and the middle pad. A few steps east for the Juggernaut and it covers the middle and your opponent's pad, whilst also being fairly easy to defend. Again, this just means that air will do nicely here. What a good time for Mohawks to just have launched, eh? For Nod, Banshees will of course assist here nicely, as will Infernos. Standard aggro decks will still work, but you'll want an aggro deck with air. Thus, I'd recommend either the GDI or Nod 2-2-2 decks, and both of these are shown on screen now. So that's 3 lanes, but what about overall for the Champions meta? After all, the map pool also includes Hold the Line this time. Yes, there are only 2 maps this weekend. Well, you can watch my Champions map analysis for my thoughts on Hold the Line, but in short, that map's also tech-friendly and rush-resistant, so perhaps tech could do really well in this Champions meta. So you'll need to be aware that tech is a strong possibility, and watch my video on how to counter double harvester builds. My good friend Excoundrel also has an excellent video on how to deal with tech, and I'll link that in the description below as well. In short, therefore, tech should be a decent option, and air decks will do well. Going into this Champions without any form of air support is going to be problematic. So there we go. If you found this video helpful, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when new videos go live, and do consider donating to my digital tip jar to help me keep going. Let me know how you do in Champions. Come back here after the event and leave a note in the comments below. Happy sailing, and see you on the battlefield. Ugh, now I'm off to bed and sleep.